start to grow our community.
How exciting, that more coming. Welcome, welcome. Just a reminder that we are recording. So if you are okay with your face being recorded during this time, because it's just for all of the presenters or all of the participants to have access to the video when we are done. And for anybody who missed out and wasn't able to join us, they'll still be able to access this video.
Wow, Sacramento. Julia, I'm so glad you said Sacramento. That made me go back through my acronyms and actually write where I was from, because I thought we were local. Hi, Valerie. Love it. It is so awesome when we've been all working virtually for so long. It's so awesome to, see our people. I love it. Merced's in the house, Miami. Wow, Palm Desert.
I love
Atlanta.
that you're in your pod.
Can I just share a little fun fact with everyone? Just so you know that my English bulldog is actually afraid of the pod. So let's see if it works to be a little repellent so you don't have to hear her nonstop. Oh, thank you. Rancho Mirage. Hi, Hot Bakersfield. We feel you. Southern Cal and Palm Desert, we feel like we're equally as hot as you. Michigan. Hello, Indio. That seems like home. Oh, I don't see any of my Inland Empire people. Here we go. So, hi, everyone. Welcome to Flipping for Flipgrid. So you will notice that I am in a pod. I am Nyree Clark from Southern California, Colton Joint Unified School District, and I am clearly flipping for Flipgrid. Today, I just want you all to have fun with me. There's a lot of new updates in Flipgrid. We're going to get into as many as we can. And I have a surprise for you. So I'm trying something a little different today with you all. And I actually created a presentation for you in a fun tool called Wakelet. And I just dropped it into the chat. So Christina will, if you don't mind, if you can keep resharing that link, that is our Wakelet. And that is what we're going to be working from. So I am going to share my screen and we're going to get started so we can get you going. Share screen. And all right, everyone, here we go. This is what should open for you. This is a Wakelet. A Wakelet is an amazing tool that actually has Flipgrid embedded within it. So it plays nicely with Flipgrid, and it has our presentation for today. So you will notice right here, you will see that book symbol, which is Immersive Reader, which is embedded in Flipgrid as well as Wakelet. When you click on that book, you'll be able to change the language into any language that you need. So that's another reason why I went ahead and put it in Wakelet, so to make this presentation accessible for all. So what's new with Flipgrid 2020? First of all, let's just start by saying Flipgrid's mission: empowering every learner on the planet to share their voice and respect the diverse voices of others. And there is no other time to allow students to all add to that community by giving them an opportunity to share their thoughts and their feelings within their classrooms, for teachers to be able to share it with their PLNs and staff. So Flipgrid is a tool that really lends itself to that and makes that possible. You will notice right underneath that, those words, we have sign ups. So here you can click that link and you'll be able to sign in with your Flipgrid account. So if you'd like to, you can click on that link to sign in. Many of you, Flipgrid is a free tool, so you can sign in with an educator account. You can also download the app for Flipgrid, so you can use it on your mobile device. You can use it on your phone, your iPad, or Android, and you can also use the web account, so your Chromebook or also a laptop. So you'll see here that today, play with whichever device works best for you. If you're on your phone, you can use your phone. If you're on your laptop, you'll have a chance to use your laptop. we are going to start with a flip hunt. So what do you think a flip hunt is? Can you just throw that in the chat real quick? What do you think a flip hunt is? And Christina, can you tell me, what are people saying? Let's see if I can pull up the chat.
Absolutely.
What do you think a flip hunt is? Any responses?
Not yet. Oh, okay. We have scavenger hunt.
Okay.
Scavenger hunt through Flipgrid. Yep. A lot of people have scavenger hunt, searching for information. Yep. Hunting for certain items. Scavenger hunt, but better.
I love it.
Right?
So I see
Yes.
that we are all on the same page. Yes, a flip hunt is a scavenger hunt in Flipgrid. So you will notice that there is a QR code here. So if you're on a mobile device, you can take your mobile device and scan that QR code, and it's going to put you right into that Flipgrid. If you are on your Chromebook or a laptop, you can click the link. When I click the link, it will open to our Flipgrid flip hunt. Here is a tool. What I love about, let me just minimize. What I love about Flipgrid is right here, I have directions. So you can click this link. You can listen to those directions if you'd like. There's also the immersive reader here, which will allow you to read this information, and also flip hunt tasks. Click on this link right here, and it's going to tell you, these are the tasks that you're going to do on this flip hunt. You are welcome to do any task that you'd like. There are 2 slides here. Sorry, it's working a little slow. There's 2 slides, so you can pick anything that you would like to do on this flip hunt. Slide 1, slide 2, whatever suits your fancy, but I want you to explore and have fun. You have 5 minutes. So also in Wakelet, I have created a Wakelet of timers. I'm going to click on that 5-minute timer, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to explore. Happy flip hunting. I'm going to use my mobile device and go to my Flipgrid app. When I open my Flipgrid app, it's going to give me the ability to enter a join code, click the blue go, or at the very bottom, it'll say, not very bottom, but on the top list, there's a red banner that says scan Flipgrid QR code. When I click on that, it allows me to actually scan. So I can scan straight from my phone and join the hunt. So just a little tip for you.
Nyree, can you show the code again? We have a person asking for the code for the flip hunt. Oh, I see it. 8F. I can put it in there. 8F.
And actually, everyone, it's actually supposed to be 10 minutes. So I will put 5 more minutes on that timer just so everyone has time to get in and explore. I see 3 responses so far, and they are all me. So let's see if we can get one other person or 2 other people on that grid. I see you, Caitlin. Good job.
Okay.
I see Valerie and Javier and Don. Good job. Okay, everyone. So if you wouldn't mind, in the chat, would you let me know if you would like to have 5 more minutes to work on this, or if you would like to move on? This is your professional learning, and I want to tailor this to what you need. Thanks, Heidi, Don. Oh, great. We're tied. We have a.
Yeah, it
we
looks
have
like
some.
we have a few that are, it's tied. We have some to move on and some few more minutes. We have somebody who did a few and they feel good about it.
Okay. All right, everyone. So this is what we'll do then. I am starting to get some more feedback that you would like to move on. So we'll go ahead and move on for now. And if we have some extra time at the end, maybe we can jump back into that flip hunt. So thank you. Thank you for the participation, Andrea, Valerie. This is awesome. All right, let me go back. Okay, so that was our first activity, is welcome to flip hunts. So flip hunts are a fun scavenger hunt that I did it in a fun way so that it was engaging for you, but you can definitely do this within curriculum. I've seen library media techs and teacher librarians use it for a way to introduce students to the library. So finding different sections of the library and using it in different ways and videotaping what they're finding around. So anything that you want the students to work with. I've seen it also done with geometry and finding shapes for the littles. So looking around their environment, doing some videos on what makes something a square. So definitely can be used for content as well as fun and engaging. There's been a lot of new features in Flipgrid recently. So the summer was full of updates. We have boards and fonts and filters, frames, stickers, split views, and lots of new learning experiences in Flipgrid. So let's jump into that so I can show you what that looks like. So if you are in your educator account, you can log in. And this is what your educator account will look like. The first thing you should notice is discussions. If you are a OG to Flipgrid, if you've been around, we used to call them grids. Now you will see discussions and groups. Groups have taken the place of a grid. And how I think of it is a group is like a file folder, and topics are the little sheets of paper that are inside of that file folder. So that's how I think of it. You will notice here for Coachella, for Coach Q, I have a group of Coach Q. So everything that I'm doing for Coach Q is in this one group. If I were to click into that, you will see that when it opens, you will see all of the topics I have. So these topics are individual activities that that's going to happen for today. So topics, individual activities, individual responses for students to do. And the group is how you are categorizing it. How are all those topics related to each other? Okay, so as you'll notice, the verbiage is a little different. So now we have groups instead of grids. You'll also notice that you can, let me just show you. Here, you will have on this button, you'll be able to just add a topic and you can have groups. So before, in order to have a topic, you would have to put that topic inside of a group, but now topics can be independent of themselves. So you can just open a topic if, hey, the kids come in today, there was something that happened outside or virtually outside. You can have them, you can just post a quick topic and have your students collaborate and share ideas on that topic. Let us look at what it would look like if you are in. I'm going to go back to my group and I'm going to go to Coach Q and I'm just going to open this Flip Hunt for us. When you're here in Flip Hunt, when you want to look at the view that the students are doing, you can click on Join Code. When you click on that Join Code, it's going to open the view that the students are in. What you will notice is something that I just recently figured out is there are 3 ways to grab and add a response into that topic now. You have the big giant button down here that is pulsing for us to add that topic. So you can add your topic by clicking here. You can also record a response right here. If someone was reading through this and they wanted to record their response, they could click here. You'll also notice over here in my little share button is at the top right, you will see a place to add a response up there too. My share button is hiding it. Right next to that, you'll see a happy face. If I were to click that arrow down, you'll notice that you have dark mode. So I click dark mode. If you have students for accessibilities that need to change that contrast, they will be able to change it there. You also have My Flipgrid. So for your students, when they click on that My Flipgrid, it's going to take them to myflipgrid.com, which is all of their videos are listed there. And for us, we have our educator dashboard. So I like light mode, so I'm going to take that back. I'm going to click on Add a Response. And this is where you are going to join with Google, or you can either join with Microsoft. I am a Google girl, so I am clicking on Google. And let's look at some of these fun updates. I'm going to add my personal account. Now, the first thing that you are going to notice is right here at the top right, you're going to see Show Topic. So if a student is right inside of getting ready to post their response, they can click here and it will give them what they need to do again. So if they forgot, they can have that, that reminder. It'll show them, it'll give them the resource as well, and it will remind them what they need to do for that topic. You can click it again and it will hide that response for you. Also, sticky notes. I wonder if the adults use sticky notes more than the children, but this is also on CASP, so it's a great way to get them used to using this before their testing at the end, but they can add notes. My name. So if you have given them 3 different prompts to respond to, the students can put their answer they can click and drag that where they need it, just so that it's there when they're getting ready to record. And they can add another one. So you can add as many of these notes as you want around, and it also grows. So you'll see that it grows as well as you can move it all over the place. So I've used those a lot just to give myself reminders of what I need to speak on. At the bottom left, you'll see options, those three dots. We all know that whenever you see the three dots, dot, 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 that means you have some options there. When I click on it, you can upload clips. So if you have videos already downloaded, you can upload those into Flipgrid. So this is another way to start to get some of those resources housed in one area for your students. Also, new to Flipgrid, mirror video. So think about, if you have students, and I'm from the elementary world, if I had students retelling the story of the Three Little Bears, and I can say, Goldilocks, what are you doing in our house? And then you can click the view back and forth and have the bear talk. So one view, second view. So you can have your character speak to the other character. It'll go back and forth. So students have mirror view. You can also mute. If students were creating a video where they did not need any sound and maybe it was just visual, you can control this. Also new to Flipgrid is recording the screen. So you can actually click this icon and it will allow you to start screen recording right inside Flipgrid. I have used this for directions before. When I'm inside of Flipgrid to explain to students, I want you to go to this website and look at this area and give them the directions of what I want them to do. And then I can post it in Flipgrid. They can click on that link, but still see outside of the platform. So in three dots, you have upload clip, you have mirror view, you have mute, and you have record screen. We also have effects. So with that down arrow down, I can click that, it's gonna close it, and I can come over here to effects. With effects, we have lots of new things in Flipgrid. You can click on filters. Those filters are going to allow you to change the mood and tone of what you are speaking on for content, as well as whatever they're sharing with their thoughts and their feelings. Also, pixelation. This is the Lego one. If they want to have a conversation, but they don't want to show their face, they have two options. We used to just have pixel, which is this one. They also now have bricks. So for those reluctant students or adults that do not want to show their face, or you are Flipgridding at 11 o'clock at night and someone wants you to post something and you are not quite presentable, then you can put this on and still share your voice without having to be visually seen. As well as, this is one of Ann Cosma's favorite ones. We have filters. I can click that back arrow, and we also have frames. In frames, you are able to add more content and more frames to what you're speaking. So now, if you were doing current events, you can have your students do breaking news and they can add this frame to their video. So it really helps to really personalize what their students are saying and to share their voice. So within Flipgrid, there's tons of frames that they've added, which are very new, but will add to the tone of what they're speaking on. I'm gonna go back. We also have emojis. So emojis, if you follow Kathy K on Flipgrid, she likes to use emojis around the video frame to create settings for some of the younger students. So you can have your students use the emojis to create settings and then speak on what those settings are and what that story could mean. You can also use it for for social emotional learning. How are you feeling? You can have them pick a emoji for their video and then explain why does that emoji represent how they are feeling. Okay, let me go back. Within emojis, I want you to also see, sorry, my computer's working a little slow. I'm going to move my There we go. I'm going to take my sticky note. So we have recents, we have emojis. You will also know that we also have people. We have lots of, Flipgrid has done a great job of adding a lot of diverse people within their people category. So you'll see lots of multi-tones, lots of diversity. So students should be able to find a representation that looks like them within people. We have our accessories in Flipgrid, so students are still able to personalize. We have reactions within Flipgrid, so there are some diversity reactions. There are, oh wait, it skipped one, sorry. Oh, that was the one I wanted to surprise you with. Just new to Flipgrid is ASL. They have also added American Sign Language emojis to Flipgrid. So students that are taking ASL can actually use these symbols within their videos, and you'll see again they're very diverse in what they are representing. So again, we have those representations for all. We also have the Flipgrid magic icon. So within this area of effects, they've added a lot of stickers for students to use to personalize with their learning. I'm going to go back to effects. I am clicking. Oh, please, internet, be nice. Am I frozen?
No, you're not
I'm
frozen.
here.
It's just
Okay.
maybe stop sharing your screen and then share it again. That's what I sometimes have.
Okay. Are you able to see right now?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, we also have text. So within our text, you will notice that Flipgrid has added more text options, different fonts for students to use. And within those fonts, if you click on one of the fonts, you also have different colors. You can change the stroke, you can change the background. So there's lots of personalization that they are offering within the fonts. So students have the ability to add some fonts to what they're saying. So I'm going to add groovy text. Do not fight against me. Let's add classic. Okay. So now we have your font. So if you have your students create a video and you want them to maybe name their character that they are, they can add text right onto it. And lots of different options within the text box. Let's go back. There's always the drawing tool. So even within the drawing tool, you can add the thickness that you would like that stroke to be. So if you change the color and you add the thickness and the lines. So maybe students are using the drawing tool to add lines, to add shapes. They can, you can have them pick one of their favorite shapes and explain what makes that circle a circle, or what makes the square a square. Why is that a square? They can draw it right onto their video and then explain it to you. Okay, so that's drawing, and we are getting to some of my favorites. We have new boards. So Flipgrid has boards for you. You can use the board. You can use this board that has the dots, so students are able to draw for math. You can also use the another math sheet graph paper. You can use the graph paper that they can use for math, as well as the notebook paper for writing if they want to write and type. There's also the different colors that you can add. And my very favorite thing at the very bottom that you saw was split screen. So you can actually split that screen and have a picture come up on the next side of your screen, and then have the students use the other side to speak from. So split screen is new and it is amazing. You can have them put a math problem on the other side, work the math problem out, and then within Flipgrid actually explain what that math problem is, so they can explain their steps within it, and then have other students go on to those, share and collaborate and spot check their friends and see if the problem was solved correctly or not. So just giving each other feedback. So split screen is also new with Flipgrid. And again, if you do not want to split the screen, you can put, you can take that away, and then you can have that board and just use it for podcasting. So you can put a board up and have the students type right on this board or add images to the board, and then just use their voice to explain what's going on. And you can actually create your own podcast. No one can see their face, but they can add their thoughts and their feelings just from what the words that they're speaking. So that's also a fun activity as well. You can just focus on audio. I know in CAFS testing as well, students are tested on it or assessed on how well they're listening, and then how they can use what they've heard to add to what they're learning. So this would just give them another means of using just audio and then processing and being able to formulate those thoughts as well. So we have boards that they're used to. I want to show you, let's split the screen for just a second. Let's keep that there, and let's go back to effects. We also have photos. So what if we were to click on, when you click on stickers are photos, you click there, it's going to pull an image from the device that you're on. So say if I wanted to pick this image, I'll just pick any. I can pick an image and put that on the other side of the screen, and then I can use my video to talk about that image. So think about if you have a PBIS sticker or flyer that you want to that you would like to talk to your students about, or if you have procedures, you can put your procedures on one side of the screen and then use your video to explain what they're doing. So, and students are able to do the same thing. So maybe it could be a book snap. They could actually take a picture of some text and evidence, show it on one side of the screen, and then use their video to explain and draw and annotate right on top of it, and you have it all in Flipgrid. And then you have those students collaborate with each other. That would be another way that they can, that you could use Flipgrid as well as get that collaboration and communication with your students. So splitting the screen could be tons of ideas that you could use for that. Okay, I'm going to click on effects, make sure we've done them all. Okay, I'm going to pause and see, are there any questions with any of these tools that we've seen in the camera feature?
So far, nothing on the chat, but if anybody has a question, feel free to add to the chat, or if you'd like to unmute yourself and just ask.
Absolutely.
So I have a quick question just because I don't want to type it, but so I see that you have the double split screen, and I was trying to play around on my end. And so when you're adding all these cool features, are you still being recorded live, or are you pausing, adding the features, and then recording again, and then pausing, adding some more features, recording, and then is it one continuous video? Or
Pauline,
how? Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. That is so awesome. I completely forgot to explain that. Absolutely, you are pausing. So yes, you are pausing as you were speaking. So I had an introduction video that I was doing, and I split the screen and I was adding some stickers. So when I talked about my family, I paused, I found a picture of my family, I put it on the other side of the screen, and then I started recording again and said, this is my family. So when that video plays back, you'll see boom, boom, boom. All of those images will start to show up as you're speaking them. So yes, thank you for asking. You are pausing and bringing those images in. Another trick that Ann Cosma, if you follow her on Flipgrid, one of the things that she showed is you can put all of your images on to the other side that you want, and then press the redo button until they're gone, and then start recording, and then press the other do button, and then they'll pop back up in the order that you just placed them in. So either way, you can do both of those. That was a great question, Colleen.
Okay,
Any
and then
other?
sorry, I have one more just to add on to that. So since it's a series of videos, do the kids just see one fluid video, or would they see one video and then pause and it would jump into the other? It's just for one fluid video.
Oh, that's a great question. So you're saying like if I did a video and then if you did a video?
No, so if I did a video, explained some stuff, and then I wanted to say I'm doing math, and then I jumped in and then modeled something on a like a grid chart, would they see how does the student view the video? Do they just click on one video, or is it a series of videos?
So if I am creating, I hope I get this right. If I am creating this video right here and I've paused it and played it again, when it starts for the student, it'll be one continuous video that they're going to see. So they will see the whole video. So if I've given myself 3 minutes to talk, it will play 3 minutes straight. And you will notice where it will start and stop, but only it's like a short pause, not even much of a pause, but it'll play continuously through. So I hope that's answering your question. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
it'll be all together for you. And there is also, everyone, there is a way to edit within Flipgrid too. So Colleen, if you didn't like the very ending of that video, you could actually take that part out. So you can allow your students to edit, or you can just edit. So you can turn that feature on and off. Okay?
Got it.
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Yes, Nyree, we have a question in the chat. So a question about student feedback. So how can students give feedback on other students' boards? And is it live feedback or can it be student paced?
That's a great question. So you as the educator can decide if you want the students to be able to reply to each other. So you can set your topic for students to just view each other, or you can set your topic for them to be able to speak at each other, reply to each other. Right now, they will reply with a verbal video, but coming in fall, Flipgrid is going to have the ability for them to actually type comments as well. So that feature hasn't hit yet. Right now, it is just a verbal response. So if Colleen was to view this video that I just made, she would send me a verbal response. So you would see another video for me. Do we have another question? Okay.
Thank you. No, I'm not seeing any more at this time, unless anyone, again, wants to unmute, or else we can move on.
Okay, let's see. I am just going to, all right, I just wanted you to see that this is where you would be able to say your video. If you want, let's see what happens if we click those buttons. Look what we're doing. We're able to at least get my some of my topics back there. I would click, I would stop the video there. You're gonna click the arrow to the right, and then you would be able to listen to yourself. I'm gonna stop, pause it. If you were recording this video and you decide, you know what, that's not all that I want to say, I want to add a little bit more, you'd be able to click this camera and you'd be able to add more content onto your video if that's what you wanted to do. So I gave myself the ability to do that. And again, that's setting it up in your topics. There's lots of options for you to set up your topic with students to communicate with each other, to collaborate with each other or not, and also to add extra video or not. I'm gonna click next. And then this is where you'd be able to take your picture. Because I put this frame on the other video, it is showing my frame here. But if you did not want to see a picture of yourself, this is where you could also go back to the board. You can pick a board and you can take a picture of just this picture here. I could also, if I wanted to, add an image on top of that board. And I'm just pulling the quickest image I can just so to save time. I can grab this image, or it could be, if you were doing memes, you can have the students grab different memes and explain those memes. But here I can add an image onto a board, and I can also type my name. I can add text right here without ever having to take a picture. So again, if you have students that do not want their to be visually seen, this would be a way for you to allow them to work around that if you want them to. Okay, so here we have this, my name, I have an image, I have a board, nothing is showing me. I can click on the camera, and this is my picture. When I click next, it's going to give me, try that again. All right, now it's uploading. This is where you can have your display name, also title. For adults, if you can have the title, it could be the period that the students are in. So if you're secondary, you can put the period there. You can also, if you're adult, I like to add my Twitter handle when I am working with adults and teachers, so that you give them an opportunity to connect with you on social media. You can put your display name there. When you click submit, I wanted you to see that you have the ability to download that video into a QR code. You can share the link, you can download it, and you can download just the selfie. So say for instance, if you're doing a project, you want to just download this image and tweet that out. Hey, I'm working on Flipgrid. I created a great video. Grab it on the grid or grab it on the group. This is what it looks like. You can do that. When you press complete, it is done. I do want to show you all something else. So these are all of our responses for the flip hunt. So right now I was on the topic that had the flip hunt. If I were to click Andrea, I want you to see that when I click on Andrea, these are all the videos that show which ones are coming up next. And so these are all the videos that show up right next to Andrea. So Andrea's videos is huge. It's right in the top view, and then you're able to see all the videos that are next. So if I were to click Valerie's would come up next, and then you would see Mrs. S coming up. Also, if I were to click on Valerie and I had a lot of noise going on at my house, I can click on CC, and there are those closed captions. So your students, we have closed captioning in Flipgrid now. So, and it is really accurate. So if you have students that are your intervention students that are having a hard time with reading, they can click on closed captioning, and that will really help them. You will notice underneath that picture, we have comments and likes. You can turn likes on, you can turn them off. So you know your digital citizenship with your students in your class. If they can handle that, not handle it, it's whatever you'd like. I have used likes, not as in let's like the one that we like the best, but maybe which is an example, or which is an example of the best simile within the story. So, or which simile do you like, or which metaphor do you like that your students, that all of the students have given you examples of. So maybe just using it for checking for understanding as well. So it depends on how you work that in your classroom, whether you want it or not, or take it away from the students, or actually have them use it. We also have add a comment. So if you wanted to add a comment, you would click there to add your comment, and then you would be able to create another video for your student, and that would give them their comment back. Okay, so let me exit there.
All right, Nyree, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask you another question. So we
Sure.
had a question from Dawn, and she's wanting to know if there is a protocol to teach students how to use the Flipgrid. So if there's some kind of yeah, protocol or procedure or something out there already that's teaching kids all the ins and outs of Flipgrid?
Well, there's lots of training resources for you, the teacher, that you can train your students. It is a little different from teacher to teacher how they're using Flipgrid. I will say that in the past there was a emoji Flipgrid protocol, so to speak. When you see the happy face, this is what this means. When you see the thumbs up, this is what this means. So as a class, you could actually use the emojis and create your own protocols with Flipgrid and how it will work in your class. But I can find that and tweet it out later on today after this presentation. So if you follow me on Twitter, I will tweet that out, or I'll also tag it to Coach Q and they can tweet it out as well. But there is one protocol that just gives students an idea of how to give healthy feedback. That's the one that I remember the most. But as a TOA, when I was a former TOA, I would use Flipgrid for reading intervention. So we used it for reading fluency and having students just read and hear the annotation and hear themselves reading. So it was different uses of Flipgrid, and so we had different protocols for how we were using it. Are there
Great.
any?
Yeah, she says thank you. Awesome.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Glad to help. Any other questions, or should we?
Nothing in the chat. So.
Nothing in the chat. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So let me go here. We're going to go back to our Wakelet. So we've looked at our Flipgrid cameras. We looked at the new features, learning experiences. Just so you know, student and educator comments will be coming out in the fall. We've also looked at ways that for the educator dashboard, we talked about standalone topics, also the difference between a group and a grid, and being able to add to multiple groups will be a new update that's going to come out in the fall. So stay tuned for that. In the past, Flipgrid, when you were creating a group, you were only able to use a public account or a domain account where it was just your students. Now you are able to put all of any email address on that group that you want. So if you create a group where you want your students, which have their student accounts, and you want to add parents to that same group, you can do that now in Flipgrid. So just know that you can create groups that will link all of them together. You as the educator would have to put those parent accounts in individually, as well as just the student domain at the end. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to see a comment card. So a comment card is actually a moderated Flipgrid topic. So a moderated Flipgrid topic means that the teacher has to see the video before it actually posts to that topic. And I have created a comment card for you. So if you scan this, you will get to that comment card. Or you can click the link, and if you don't mind, Christine, if you can put that in the, Christina, if you can put that in the chat, I will just click on it to open it. And this is our moderated comment card. Do you have a question I can answer or something you would like to share with the Flipgrid community? You can add to this private comment card. So when would you use a comment card? This is a way for you to have a private conversation with your students. So if you allow your students to just, we used to, for primary teachers, you might have had the tattling cards where they would write down what they'd want to say and then you stuck it in the box and then you pick it up later. This would be in place of that, or giving the students an opportunity to just reach out to you at any time that they need to asynchronously, and then you can respond to them as you see fit when you have time, but it's private. So none of their friends, no one else would see it. It would just be communications with you. So you as the educator can create a moderated board where you can actually click, you can toggle for moderation to be on, and you can also be able to filter and see all of those responses before they post on the grid. If you have a classroom where you have students that are having a hard time with their digital citizenship and being appropriate, this may be a way for you to stop them from being able to post something that's inappropriate for the other students. You can moderate for a while you work on those skills with that student. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to just add to that topic, and then I want to show you how it populates. So I'm going to go here. Let's see what we are on for. Oh goodness, it's actually 5:50. Okay. How about, it is really 5:50. Okay.
Goes fast.
Everyone, yes, it goes really fast. I apologize for that. So this is what we're going to do. I have 10 minutes to show you like 8 million things. So I'm going to go back to Flipgrid, and I'm going to move through the other parts. Discovery Library. When you click on Discovery Library at the top, this is amazing. In the past, it used to be called Disco Library, and as you can see, that's just short for Discovery Library. So in the Discovery Library, Flipgrid has an amazing community that has actually created topics that are already done for you to share. There is actually 26,000 topics completely finished. You do not have to do a thing with them. You can edit them if you would like to use them. So within the Discovery Library, you can actually come in here and sort by subject. You can sort by audience. You can search the topic, and you'd be able to find information. You'd be able to find topics that you could use in your class, and you can copy them right into your class. These are some of the top creators of topics within the Discovery Library that you can follow. Flipgrid has also partnered with different companies, where one of them being Wonderopolis. So there's actually a Wonder of the Day. So you could come in here and take this topic that's already created and post this into your classroom. How many countries in the Olympics? There's also this topic of the day, my family culture. So you can use those topics that are already created. There's also culturally responsive topics. This is the Langston League. These are for educators that are looking for culturally responsive teaching. There's topics already created for you. And within the Discovery Library, you can also favorite yours. You can save some, and you can create your own collection. So if you wanted to create a collection for science, or if you have a certain topic that you want to curate those topics for, you can create them here. We also have an activity. You'll be able to see your activities that you're using in Flipgrid, as well as recent activities. So I can see which are the videos that have just posted in my classroom, as well as when I click on recent activity, it's going to show me here. You can also see only show moderated videos. So I wanted you to see, thank you, Javier, for posting, because Javier is showing that he posted a comment. He posted a video on the comment card, and it's hidden. So you can see that no one can see that, can see his video. It's hidden. So if it's green, those are active, and that means everyone has access to it. So thank you for doing that, Javier. I was able to show that. Over here in mixtapes, and I am so sorry that I'm rushing through this to everyone. I just want you to see everything that we have here. Mixtapes allows you to curate and pick not the best, but the videos for you to make one statement. So here, I created a mixtape of student voice. When I click on this, I want to show you what that actually looks like. I'm just going to open a new tab and post that link here. You'll notice how it's a little different than when we were looking in the grid. So these are just different videos from all over, different responses from all over different grids that I've put together in a mixed tape to show you, or to show examples of student voice in 2019. At the very bottom of this, I love how it shows starring and it has the names of the people that are in that mixtape, and it has the teacher that has created it. So you can do this for Red Ribbon Week, or if you were doing it for happy birthday for a student, or going away for someone, or a unit of study that you were doing, you can create different videos, put them all from different topics and different groups, and put them all together in one mixtape. That's what this looks like. That's what a mixtape is. Okay, I'm gonna go back to, okay. We also have our shorts camera. So with the shorts camera, you are able to create one video that does not, it doesn't have to be attached to any topic. The purpose of this, or the ease and functionality, is you can create a quick video and then just share that link and give it to your parents. Your parents will not have to log in to see that video. It just will play for them right away. So maybe in a student announcement, you could use this for if they're going on field trips, something quick. You can create a video in the shorts cam and just send that link to your parents. And lastly, we have Grid Pals. Grid Pals is a way, Flipgrid has created a way for us to connect ourselves to other educators. So if you're looking for a class that you would like to connect with across the country, we had a student in my district, a teacher in my district, that wanted to connect with a teacher in India because they were learning about India, and she was able to. So you can look here on Flipgrid, you'll click on one of these green dots, and when you click on the green dot, it will tell you the teacher's name, what subjects they are teaching, their grade level, and a way for you to connect with them. So Grid Pals is a great way to connect globally in a safe environment for our students to be able to grow with other students outside. That is Flipgrid, way too fast for anyone. I so apologize for that, but you do have those resources within that Wakelet that will allow you to explore all the aspects that I've just showed you, and also lots of resources of ways to get connected with other educators within Flipgrid. Let me show you. And also how Wakelet and Flipgrid can be used together. So, oh my goodness, any questions? I'm so sorry. I did not budget my time well.
You did a great job.
Do we have any? That was the fastest Flipgrid ever. I'm so happy that you were all here with me. And please, please, please explore those grids at your leisure, at your time. Have fun with it. Get in there, post a couple of those. I keep those, so I like to use those as examples to let other teachers know what they can do within Flipgrid. And I will unshare and answer any questions. Thank you all so much.
Awesome. So yeah, so far a lot of thank yous, a lot of they loved it. You did awesome.
Oh, thank you guys.
All of the resources. And I did reshare again the Wakelet right towards the end, so hopefully we grab that one last time just in case.
Thank you so much. I now that I have a great idea of how this works, I know where I can budget my time a little better so that I'll give you guys some more time to play on some of the different tools. But Flipgrid is just, it keeps evolving, and there's so many. Oh, I think she's gonna, yep, thank you. She's dropping the Wakelet back in there. Flipgrid keeps evolving, and there's just so many ways that you could use this. You know what I think they're doing? I think they're being very sneaky. They keep getting the best parts of all these tech tools, and they're putting it right inside of their tool. So it's gonna keep us all right here. Now we're screen sharing in here. So lots of things that we can do. Thank you, Patricia.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. I love that you showed the mixtapes and getting all of their videos together and you know having them all together, especially to share with family, and that's awesome.
Yes.
And I love all the updates.
Everyone that's still here, there's 52 of you. Yay. Inside of that Wakelet, There is a form for you to submit. If you please, please, please submit this form. It is a request to Flipgrid that's asking them to please let our students create their own mixtapes. Right now, teachers are the ones that have to create the mixtapes. I had a student that was actually wanting to create her own mixtapes of her videos to give to her parents. I almost wanted to cry. I couldn't do it for her. She wasn't my student, so I couldn't do it for her. And she wanted to surprise her parents and let them know like the videos that she loved and wanted to share that with them. So as a parent, like how amazing would that be to receive your child's best work from them without, you know, no one asking them to do that. So if you feel inclined, please submit that form. It's in the Wakelet, and hopefully, you know, lots of squeaky wheels will make that happen for our students. Marilee, I agree with you that it has changed so much in the past 3 months. We are keeping up with them. We're trying to. Are there any other questions?
I don't see any more questions in the chat.
Okay.
But I will, so anybody who's still here, so again, our next session, if you're going to be joining us for Nearpod with Leticia, then that starts at 6:30. And so that'll be the other link. So again, each one has its own separate link, their own Zoom to join. So if you don't have any other questions for Nyree or myself, then you can go ahead and take a break, go rest your eyes, go take a little walk around your room, get a drink of water, use the restroom, whatever you need to do before we start up again at 6:30 with Leticia and Nearpod.
And thank you all so much for being here. So good to see you, Valerie. Thank you all so much. And so sorry for rushing towards the end, but the resources are there for you. And I enjoyed you this evening. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Nyree, awesome job.
Oh, thanks, Jen.
So many cool things. Oh my gosh, they just keep adding more things and I love it.
I know. I'm in love with closed captioning right now.
Right?
Putting that on with the directions, I'm like, mic drop, especially for, I think around second grade, like the kindergarten and first graders, they get to start to see that when you're speaking, these are really words. So they're starting to get that principle together. But for the our other students, I think it just really, when you say, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? They really get it then.
Right?
They get it then.
They do. Yeah, I love how they're so responsive with the feedback too with Flipgrid, and I'm sure that they're going to find a way to make the kids be able to do their own mixtapes. I'm sure they'll figure it out. And
I hope so.
It's exciting. It's exciting that they do, and they're constantly trying to innovate and change and make our life easier.
Thanks, John, if you're still here, and Scott.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys did great. Oh, thank you, Cindy, for sending the form in. If you're still here, yay. I think the students will really like that. You guys go have dinner. You guys are out of here.
Yeah, so you can, I mean, I can remove you, but I don't want to have to remove you. I just didn't know if you still have questions. If not, then I can go ahead and remove you from the meeting, or you can leave the meeting. And then again, it's a new link for Nearpod and Leticia at 6:30.
Thanks, everyone. Jen, can I talk to you for a second? If we close the room?
Yeah.
Yes, totally. Close the room and stop recording, and I'll.
Yeah, let me stop recording.